Hello everybody, I'm Matthew Austin and SamuraiHex, and welcome back to another episode of Tactical Masterclass, a series where we have a Journeyman save, a Road to Glory save, and a Tactics save, or Tactics Showcase save, all in one go. Ambitious, I know. If you haven't watched the last episode, go check it out now in the eye above, or somewhere around now, because I always forget to check the exact times I say that. But if you go scroll down to the description, you should see it automatically where it says last video or last episode or something like that. Before we get into the episode where we of course got promoted with Cambridge in League 2, and now we're trying out a new tactic and trying ourselves out in League 1, where the season before and where we weren't with Cambridge, they got relegated in the first season of the save. Before we get into that, like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and you're interested in this sort of stuff. I also have a head coach / director of football Journeyman save called Manager of Legends. We're currently with West Ham, though we might be moving in a few more episodes, I do not know. So if that interests you, where we have no say in transfers and all that stuff, go check that out as well. Somewhere in the description below, or in the eye, because it will be in the eye above halfway through this video somewhere. But if you can't wait, go and check it out in the description below, because you'll see all the eye stuff, or whatever you call it, end cards or whatever it's called, in the description. And also comment and all that stuff. So last episode we of course won the title with a record points haul for League 2, 112 points for Cambridge, with 36 wins, 4 draws and 6 losses. We have a new tactic to use, so it's going to be this one, the GYR's Green Goblin FM25, FM24 I mean, not just there just yet. Tactical style is Green Goblin, attacking mentality, in possession is got passing space, shorter directness of passing and high tempo with run at defence. In transitions, counter press counter with roll it out to no one in particular, a bit like the last tactic we used. Standard defensive line, high press, trigger press much more often, and prevents short goalkeeper distribution. Then we've got 2 strikers, an advanced forward on attack and complete forward on attack, 2 wingers in midfield, inverted winger on attack on left and winger on the right. Then 2 DMs, Segundo Volante on support, and ball winning midfielder on support. Then 2 wing backs on support, and 2 ball playing defenders on defence, and then sweeper keeper on defenders to goalkeeper. Looking at our best side going into the new season, we've got John Jules, George Thomas, Theo Archibald, Jack Lancaster, Adam May, Jordan Cousins, Liam Bennett, Akadina, Digby and Hornstrup, as our goalkeeper being Will Dennis. All the others are all loanees, so yeah, that is our best side. And if we go to the team in squad, I'd say some of them are good enough for League 1. Likes of Liam Bennett, Jordan Cousins, Archibald, Lancaster, Thomas and John Jules are all good enough for League 1, quite definitely. And George Thomas may even been good enough for Championship. But we're kind of lacking in defence and in goalkeeper, and maybe 1 DM. However, Seb Revan's contract is expiring at the end of the season, so I'll be trying to go in for him as our left back. Dixon Peters also leaving at the end of the season from his club, so I'll try and go in for him as well. Charlie Setford I would like to get on loan, but I'm also have someone who's actually here permanently, so I'll be looking at a new goalkeeper. I don't think Will Downs will be good enough for League 1 unless he's a backup. And Killian Phillips I'm not really going to go for, and nor Jaden Kotonga, who also runs out his contract. I don't think I'll be going in for him either, because he, compared to all the other loanees, they all had 7s. Kotonga had a 6.8 on his average rating, so I don't think he could get 6.8s or 7s in League 1. So because of that reason, we are not going in for him, compared to all the other players that are running out contracts who are loanees, who got the high 7s. or mid-7s. So yeah, I'll really be wanting to go for them and not Katongo. But yeah, the expectations of next season. If we go to season preview, we're currently expected to finish first with how we did through the season, which I forgot to show you in the last episode where we were in season previews throughout the save or the season. So we're always around about 6th or 8th, and then once the January transfer window ended, we got to about 2nd, and then of course we won the title. We're now first because we've got the highest rep because of winning something, and most informed side because I think it plays a part of those sort of stuff. So I reckon an odds of 10 and 11 in League 2 is probably top half in the Sky Bet League 1. I think Wrexham are that sort of good in League 2 at the start of the game, and they're 11th favourites. So I reckon we'll be about here, about Burton or Bristol Rovers level. So I think next season it is playoffs for League 1, and maybe going up with League in them. If we get any better, it'll be a big boon and a big bonus. So yeah, we're now on the 2nd of July, and if we go to season preview, where we are expected to finish, because the game has now turned to the next season, we're probably expected to be 9th best team in the league after just being promoted. So that is really, really good. It's maybe even better than playoffs. Maybe automatic promotion might be on the cards. The first load of transfers have happened. So if we go to the start of the end of last season, Kemby went on a free transfer to Altrincham. Connor Coventry, who of course joined us at the end of last season on the free but never played a game for us, we somehow managed to get Stockport to pay £250,000 for him. I don't know how, but okay, and I'm happy with that, and we got money. Vazquez has gone out on loan to Torquay. We also sold Matt Butcher, who was the other player that joined us once the transfer window had ended in January, and he's joined us in Wimbledon for £90,000. Brandon Hornstrup's also left us to Portsmouth for £240,000. He played a few games last season, but I don't think he was good enough for the step up. So we sold him to Portsmouth, which I think we've got a really good deal there. And Danny Davis, a youngster, has also gone out on loan. In terms of the players that joined us originally, Sean Hutchinson joined us as just a young, an old Ed at centre back, and then we signed Amika Peters, Ben Sheaf, Aidan Harris, Amos Adun, Harrison Parker, Trey Vaughan Mully, Luca Lynch, Ollie Harrison, and Tyler Fletcher, all on free transfers from people who've released the players. Coming into the next part of the season, we loaned out Kai Yarn to AFC Wimbledon and sold Cameron Pupion to Western Sydney Wanderers for £240,000. So Cambridge brought in men. He played a few times, 6 games, and then we've sold him for £240,000 to Western United FC. Tom Dixon Peters joined us on a free transfer after that, or at the same time as that. He was arranged because of him having a good loan season last season with us. Then Daniel Bentley joined us as our first choice goalkeeper from Wolves. Matthew Pennington joined us on a free transfer from Blackpool. Seb Brevin joined us, who was on loan with us last season from Aston Villa on a free transfer. Jonathan Tompkinson joined us on a free transfer from Norwich. And Christian Hegye has joined us as our backup goalkeeper on a free transfer from West Ham. So the transfer window has ended and more signings and people left. So Matthew Murphy, Stuart Ross, Kawanda, Dan Barton, Tom Finch, Vernon Maston, Amari Al-Amari, Ollie Harrison, Ross North, Craig Sanderford, all left out on loan to non-league clubs. We then sold Callum Cisse. He didn't look good enough, and he was not really good in potential wise, so we sold Salford for £48,000. Tyler Fletcher, then Luke Parker, Craig Wharton, Brandon Njoku, Thomas Buckley, Glenn McConnell, Sam Robb, Ethan Wheatley, Venot Williams and Trayvon Murley are all out on loan. Then people that joined us, Ted Bishop joined us as our backup or squad player DM on loan from Lincoln, who last season he played in the championship, so I thought that was a really good deal to go for. John Clark also joined us as an important player left wing back, but I don't think he'll play left back at all. Well, he'll play left back, but I don't think he'll play as an important player at all. But still, hopefully he'll do well. Adam Mayer joined us on a free transfer from Morecambe. Now, his contract was run out, so he had no end to his contract. It was just on month to month. So I decided to go in for him, and we paid the £90,000 for him to get him in, and he looks really, really good. Also, the players that joined us was Connor Masterson, Jacob Piddington, Vaunt Williams, I thought he had gone out on loan, Jake Waldron, Jack Coleman, Bradley Stretton also joined us, John Murphy on loan from Derby, and Matt Clark has joined us on free transfer. I think he was just released by his club, Middlesbrough, at the end of last season, and so he's joined us, and hopefully he'll be a really, really good player for us. In terms of results, we were undefeated in the pre-season. Then we played Bradford in the first game of the season, beat them 8-0, beat Cheltenham 5-0 in the FA Cup first round, then beat Plymouth and Swansea, then lost to Portsmouth in League One, but beat FC Wimbledon on penalties in the FA Cup second round, beat Bristol Rovers in League One, and beat Brentford under-21 7-1 in the EFL Trophy Southern Section Group C. Currently leaves us second place in the league, 3 points behind Blackpool, and currently in third round of the EFL Cup, where we have to play Man U, currently top of the Bristol Streets Motors Trophy as well. So more results have happened. After the Brentford game, we beat Bolton, Stockport and Shrewsbury in the league, then lost 3-1 to Man U, which was a really good result, I'd reckon, against a team like Man U. Then beat Carlisle and drew against Barnsley. We then beat Swansea in the other group game in the FL Trophy, and then lost to the MK Dons, beat Exeter, drew against Wrexham, beat Grimsby, beat Notts County FA Cup, and lost against Peterborough and Burton, and beat Plymouth in the other group match in the EFL Trophy. So we had a really tough draw against some really good League One sides that were previously in the Championship at the start of the game. And QPR, Fleetwood and Port Vale were all beaten by us in League One, as well as Rochdale in the FA Cup. Colchester would be in the FL Trophy, and then we had an unfortunate injury which made us lose a load of games. So we lost against Bristol City, where the injury picked up, which was Paul Digby, who has been absolutely amazing this season and last season, mind you. But yeah, he had a major injury, and so we lost against Bristol, we lost against Derby, we drew against Stevenage, beat Port Vale, lost against Carlisle, lost against Blackpool. However, it's just come back into favour. We beat Barnsley even though we had 3 major injuries, and we also beat MK Dons. But we have a bit of an injury crisis. A load of players are currently injured, and some are just returning from injury. So, yeah, one of our best players, Academia, who is probably our best defender. So if you could just hear that, that was my notifications for YouTube, saying that someone's uploaded a video that I like watching, channel. But yeah, a load of injuries, all quite big players, and yeah, and it's not good. Also, Soleil Kalkai wants a new contract. I have rejected to give him one, and only because if we don't get promoted, he'll be given one. If we do get promoted, he won't be given one, and he'll be let go. which you can understand considering he's still probably only League 2 probably worthy. He's decent League 1, but he did really well last season, but I don't think he's doing well this season, but I don't think giving him a new contract would be worth it. I'll wait until the end of the season to decide that. But even then, if we do get promoted, he might be asking for like £10,000 or £20,000 a week. I had that problem with Derby County this year's FM. I got promoted to the Championship and everyone was asking for £20,000 a week, which was really hard to deal with. But we're currently third in the league, a point behind Bristol City, 4 points behind Blackpool, and same points as Derby. We look like we're not going to be caught by MK Dons in the playoffs, so that looks good, that we're going to get playoffs. We're also in the third round of the FA Cup, which will be against Fulham, and we're playing Bristol Rovers in the next round of the Bristol Street Motors Trophy. More transfers will happen because it's the end of January, so let's quickly look at them. So a few players left on loan to non-league clubs before the transfer window happened. So Ben Sheaf, Luca Leach, Pennington, Hoddle and Waldron all went on loan. Atkinson went on loan to Crawley in the start of the window. Harrison Parker also went on loan to Barnet. Mamadou Joe went on loan. We sold Matty James to Tranmere for 4.7k. Considering he joined us last season, never played a game, and never played a game this season either, because I always click I go to tactics and do quick pick, and then I just sim it, so I never can play him if I wanted to. So seeing as I never played him for 2 years, he's never played for 2 years. Getting money for him from Tranmere is good for me, so I'm happy with that. And then we also sold Matthew Pennington to Plymouth on deadline day for £110,000, which I'm really, really happy for. And all the people that have joined us in January, Oliver Arbalasto joined us as our DM, Lewis Wing also joins us as our DM, just as backup, and Ronnie Edwards joins us as our centre back. He'll probably be the other one playing regularly, considering his quality. However, problems have happened. We're currently a bit of money in debt. If it weren't for just a quick injection of cash from the board, we would have insecure finances. And if we go to FFP, we're very nearly hitting our marks. So we have to be very careful that we don't overspend and then have the transfer embargo. But games, so since last time, which was the victory against MK Dons, we lost to Fulham in the third round of the FA Cup and lost to Bristol Rovers in the third round of the EFL Trophy, which I'm really not happy about because I really wanted to win it. Then we did go on a bit of run of results against Exeter, Derby and Wrexham, which we all won by scoring 3 goals and not conceding 2 in those 3 games. And Bristol Rovers were then lost again to them. Bolton we drew and Stockport we beat. So currently we're still third, knocked out of all the competitions, and hopefully now we can push on, just focusing on the league and win the league, or at least get playoffs or second place. I don't know. So we're at the end of the season. Just look, Gillian Gleeson's gone out on a free transfer to Oldham. However, we did sign one player. On the 9th of February, we signed Harvey White, who had been released by Stevenage at the end of the transfer window, the summer transfer window, because he must have been unhappy or something. So yeah, we signed him thinking we would be able to register him, but we couldn't because the registration window had ended. I thought, because technically you can't make any more signings come March or April, I thought we would still be able to register players, because we registered a couple of players last season after the transfer window had happened and finished in January. But this time obviously hadn't worked, so we signed him, but he's yet to play a game for us. But going to the results, So we beat Stockport, beat Shrewsbury, drew against Grimsby, beat Burton and Peterborough, drew against QPR, beat Plymouth, Bradford, Portsmouth and Swansea and Blackpool. Then near the end of the final day of the season, near the end of the final season games, we lost to Bristol City, who were currently second while we were first. We then played Fleetwood and drew against Stevenage. And because of that loss to Bristol City, they won the title and we finished second. Blackpool didn't even get promoted, which I think is a travesty. Considering they were the same points as us. If it weren't for our better goal difference, we would have been in the playoffs. Bolton go up in the end. Teams getting relegated: Shrewsbury, Grimsby, Stevenage and Bradford. We'll quickly look at season preview, which I forgot to show you again. We're expected to finish 7th, and we finished 2nd. So 7th best team in League One, I reckon, is not bottom in the Championship, but near the bottom. So we really are expected to be relegated next season, unlike this season where we could easily have been expected to be playoffs. Other things that are happening: the board are expanding the Abbey Stadium. I think it'll be about 10,000, 9,000 seats now. It's upgrading it by about 1,700 or something, so it'll be about 9,000 or so, yeah. Which is good to see, as well as the season preview, which we'll quickly look at. So of course 1-0, which is unfortunate considering we probably won't now ever be in League One with Cambridge, and we can't win the EFL Trophy, which is disappointing. But yeah, Dixon Peters joined us. He was amazing again, like last season. All the other players were good as well. John Murphy, he came in as backup. He was a bit of a surprise and was actually really, really good. And I would like to sign him permanently, but I don't think we could. His value's gone up from like 150,000 to about 500,000 for Derby. All the other players were good. Knock off a few that didn't play, like Lewis Hutchinson, Lewis Wing and Harvey White. As people that were sold, of course we sold quite a few players for some money to keep us afloat. Connor Coventry was probably the best one, along with Holmstrup and Pupion. And Okenabiri was also sold, which I forgot to say. I somehow missed that entirely. He was unhappy because he wanted more playing time. So at the start of the season, I was like, it's the start of the season, you're accepted a fringe player or impact sub, and we haven't even started the season yet. So in the end, he got unhappy. I just sold him. Season results: they're pleased that we got promoted. FA Cup also pleased, as well as Carabao Cup and EFL Trophy. Biggest win was the 8-0 victory against Bradford City. Match to remember was the 3-0 victory against Bolton, and goal of the season was in the 2-2 draw against Grimsby, which was Bishop's 41st minute goal. We've gone up in reputation to national rep, as well as got more in sponsorship, broadcast and corporate. Bit down in competition, but that's because we didn't have a good run in the FL Cup. Matchday commercials also gone up. Total merchandise, quite a lot of money. Mayer, Thomas White, John Jules Cousins are our highest selling sold. Shirts: Bentley was the best goalkeeper. Liam Bennett, Connor Masterson, Academia and Revan were our 4 defenders. Revan got a plus over 7. Bennett could have got over 7, but he had a few bad running results. So did Academia and Masterson. So I might be looking at replacing all of them. Cousins and Digby were our 2 DMs. Cousins probably good enough for the Championship, or at least for the first season. And Digby, even though he's not good enough in current rep, he's just overperforms and everything. So I want to be keeping him. John Murphy was our best right midfielder. Adam Mayer was our midfielder on left. He was also really good. And Dixon Peters and George Thomas were our 2 strikers. We won September and February Manager of the Month awards. Most clean sheets by player in the season was broken the record by Daniel Bentley. Most player of a match awards in the season was beaten by Tom Dixon Peters. Best player of the season was Thomas. Young player of the season Dixon Peters. Goal of the season Dixon Peters. I mean, signing this season, Dixon Peters. Goal of the season was Ted Bishop, which we've already gone across. Top goal scorer, Dixon Peters with 21. Adam Mayer, most assists with 14. Most player of the match awards, Dixon Peters was 6, which is of course broken the record. Highest average rating, George Thomas was 7.2. Most player of the match award, most passes completed per 9 minutes, Matt Clark with 50. And yeah, if we quickly go to expiries of contracts, I am expecting to give Will Dennis, Jordan Cousins, and maybe extending Jonathan Tompkinson's contract because he has an extension. Sully Kalkai, I'd like to give him a contract, but it depends on how much he wants. So if he does get a contract, he'll be given a contract. It all depends on how much he'll be given. Jordan Cousins, I reckon, will be given a load of money anyway because he's on £7,750 a week. But I want to get rid of his promotional wage rise if we do give him a contract. Will Dennis is a brilliant backup or third choice. Jonathan Tompkinson played enough games to merit renewal as backup considering his age. Maybe Kalkai not being picked might be the best thing. I'm thinking of the next tactic which does have wing backs. So Jordan Cousins can be trained there. While Sulkai Kalkai has no competency at all, so I'm thinking letting him go if anything and trying to just go more in for Cousins. I don't know. Also, the loanees, I don't think any of them will be joining us permanently. I think Ted Bishop and Lewis Wing are being let go. So we might be able to get them on freeze, but I don't think they're worth it. And yeah, there's more players leaving us, such as Archibald. I might be giving him a contract because I've been playing at left wing back. Kachunga will be leaving and he's retiring, I think, or could be retiring compared to what I've seen of next season, which I have skipped ahead to now that I've got to this point, until I could record at least. Job's leaving, and yeah, everyone else probably leaving. Other players probably joining and looking good. But yeah, the tactic, which was the Green Goblin, check it out in the description below. You got a link to FM Scout. Just click the link; it'll take you to the website and to the profile of the tactic. Click download. You'll download it, and if I've got everything sorted out, you'll also see a link to GYR's YouTube channel, which I know he has one, where he does tactic videos. So go check that out and subscribe to him while you're at it. While you're at it, subscribe to me as well if you're someone who's new, and whether you're a returning viewer or whatever, hit the bell so you never miss one of these videos, or my Manager Legends Journeyman save, which is like direct for football head coach style, where I'm not in charge of transfers or staff outgoings or incomings. Like the video as well, comment saying what do you think of the tactic, how did you get along with it if you have tried it, and also check out my other socials down in the description below, such as Discord, Twitch and Twitter/X. I think I've also got Mastodon, even though I'm not that keen on that compared to Twitter/X, considering Twitter/X, whatever you have to say now, is absolutely horrific. But yeah, as soon as I can't get onto other platforms yet because I haven't got an invitation to that Sky thing or whatever it is. Yeah, it's just mostly that. But yeah, if you like the video, all that stuff, I've been Matthew, also known as SamuraiHex. I'll see you all next time. Hex signing out. Bye everybody.